In an AU, the ghost of Kokoro's dad would have appeared behind her so they could perform a father-daughter Kyun-Kyun beat.
That's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
This is the Cotwin Podcast. We're talking about PreCure.
Yay! Ikuyo! Kimito! Idol PreCure? Hyundai-o.
I
think that's how they say it in the show. I don't speak Japanese. I'm just making mouth sounds.
I know Ichi Nissan.
That's counting.
Yes.
Sanji, third G.
Third hour. 3 o'clock.
Third G.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cure of the What Now? La! The one show where we know that maybe the treasure was a lunchbox that your grandpa buried, or your grandma buried 30 years ago.
Full of candy that you definitely shouldn't eat.
It's been 30 years, my dog. It hasn't been 30 years. It's been 10 years, I think, or maybe 5.
Do you want to eat 10-year-old candy that's lived in the ground, though?
No, absolutely not.
Nope. The spoon is fine, though. You put that in a little frame with a picture of Grandma.
Right. I'm your host, Joel, and also, I've been a fairy from Cureland this whole time.
What? My husband's a cat boy?
That needs to become a reality TV show on the Hallmark Channel.
That sounds amazing. And I'm your host, Kat, and I've slowly been overtaken by a cloud of darkness. I try to turn on the lights, but it just doesn't work.
Wait.
The thing is getting closer. Every time I turn around, I can feel it there. It's coming for me. It's coming for you. Joel, we must flee.
This is Cure of the What Now?
What?
We're powered by rainbows in this podcast.
Ah, heck, I did my what now intro. We'll have to record that later.
Absolutely. Meroron, absolutely, for the darkness horror.
Absolutely. No, for real, though, I'm your host, Kat, and I have been a talking dog this whole time.
Amazing. Now, due to reasons, we're going to try to keep this episode brief, so it seems like maybe if we skipped something, maybe there's a reason for that. But also, there's a good chance that we just go over the self-imposed time limit.
You and I love to flap our jabs.
We do. So, this is a show where we are reviewing the anime ongoing series PreCure. The current season is You and I PreCure, and this episode of our podcast, it's so weird to have an episode of the podcast and then episodes of the show.
Isn't it called You and Idol?
What did I call it?
You and I?
It's called You and Idol as a playoff of You and I apologize. This week, we are covering episodes 26 through 30. But before we get into that, is there anything that you'd like to recommend to our listeners?
The Demon Slayer movie was really, really good.
The second one, Infinity Castle.
If you like PreCure, you will like Tanjiro. Tanjiro has the heart of a PreCure.
Yes, he does. I've never seen a PreCure behead someone, though, even if it's a demon.
That's true. If you are the intended age range for PreCure, maybe don't watch Demon Slayer. But, if you're an adult,
I'm pretty sure our audience is a little older than the intended PreCure.
No, I think so, too.
We swear sometimes.
But no, it was really good. The visuals were stunning. The music was good. Loved it. Can't say enough good things about it.
I really liked it, too. The animation was beautiful. That's always been the draw of Demon Slayer, I think. So, yeah, absolutely. I had 2 videos that I wanted to talk about, but I couldn't find them in my history, so I'm not going to be able to give you the title or the YouTubers. But basically, one of them was about analyzing themes and stuff in criticism and how you can't really separate the theme from the analysis of it. Hey, this is Editing Joel. I did find the video that I wanted to talk about, and I remembered something important. The video talks about the Critical Drinker, who is a known figure on the internet who touches on politics. So me recommending this video is not an endorsement for or against his politics. I think if you listen to our podcast, you kind of know where we land, but do not think me posting this is an attack on him. I think it's an interesting look at what themes mean, if you can look past that. And then the other one, I don't even remember what it was about.
Oh, was it the foreshadowing one? The foreshadowing isn't good writing?
Yes. Yeah, it's called something like foreshadowing isn't good writing. I thought that meant that foreshadowing was bad writing because on the internet, everything is either good or bad. But it was actually just about Just because you foreshadowed something doesn't guarantee it will be good. You need other stuff to go in with the details. Check the video description if either of those sound good to you, the video description or the podcast description. There will be links there if I found them. If I didn't, I guess you'll just have to use your imagination.
I guess so.
All right, now it is time for everyone's favorite game show. It's Who's That PreCure?
It's Pikachu!
I'm pretty sure you gave me a theme song last time we did this, so that will go here.
Without any further ado, let's go into
Oh,
Who's
man.
That PreCure?
And then us just faffing about whether there's a theme song or not will just awkwardly be after that.
Fantastic.
So how does this game work? I, Joel, have watched a random episode of PreCure. It could be an episode we've already talked about on this podcast. It could be an episode from a series we've never watched. It could be any episode of PreCure.
And I, Catherine, have stolen your teeth. Continue,
Okay.
Joel.
And so anyways, and Catherine, I will describe the episode to Catherine, trying to remove all personally identifiable information from the characters. I won't say Cure White, I will say the sidekick Cure. Because I'm pretty sure that we could agree that Cure White is the sidekick of the two of them from the original series. And then
I think
Catherine...
those are fighting words for some people, but yes, you and I can agree.
Catherine will get 3 guesses.
Trace.
If she guesses it on the first guess without any hints,
Uno guess.
she gets 300 points.
300.
If she gets on the second guess,
Dos guess.
200 points.
200.
If she gets it on the third, that's 100
Uno.
points.
Trace.
Un guess.
Yes.
Oh, trace guess, yes. However, at any point in time, she can ask a yes or no question, such as...
Are you a potato?
That's not really related to the episode that I described. Can you think of another yes-no question about the episode that I've described to you?
Could the Cure be confused for Batman?
Okay, perfect. And I will try to answer that as honestly as possible. If I don't know, I will say I don't know. But every time you ask a yes or no question, you lose 50 points.
And there's a bonus 10,000 points at the end for being the cutest wife.
There's an extra 300 points that you can take to the bank, or no, 500 points that you can take to the bank if you can guess which episode of PreCure, like specifically after I've revealed what season it is.
Okay.
So this one's going to be a little tough to try to explain without giving away too much. But basically, our main Cure is running about town trying to help as many people as possible. And she misses her friend, her childhood friend, and she thinks about how good it would be to meet that friend again. And then a new threat appears, an evil general, and who can defeat the evil general? Why? It's our good friend, the PreCure. The PreCure fight the new general. The general espouses some weird, I'm the evil villain, we'll see you next week on this show that we're on, and then disappears, and that's the episode.
Wow. Was there a... This does not count as one of my yes-no questions.
If you say so. What?
There was only one that you described, one character.
There was the evil general who said, I'll be back next episode.
Okay, yeah, I was just checking there was no team.
There is PreCure at the end of this episode, and it's more than one PreCure. So you can't say there's no team.
Is this Splash Star?
It is not Splash Star. You have used your first guess. Would you like a teensy tiny hint?
Yes.
That will absolutely give it away.
Oh. Yes.
You're not thinking of the seasons. You're thinking of the seasons of PreCure, but you need to think beyond the seasons of PreCure. But still within the framework of the seasons of PreCure. Okay, I'll give you another...
What does that mean?
I'll give you another hint. The reason our Crunchyroll account was acting funny this morning is because I had to delete our browsing history, our watch history, so that you couldn't see what episode I watched.
Oh shit, dog.
Yeah.
Was it Futari wa PreCure?
It was not Futari wa PreCure.
Is this a season that you and I have watched and discussed on mic?
It is not. You're down to 50 points now. By the way, you can't go negative points, just so you know.
It's not a season that we've watched.
It's an unusual season, if that helps.
It doesn't.
How about this?
No.
Okay.
Okay, how about what?
We didn't watch this season, or we didn't discuss this episode on the podcast, but we watched an episode related to this episode on the podcast. I'm so sorry.
This isn't even PreCure, is it? You watched some other f***ing show.
I should have. No, I didn't. What I watched was Maho Tsukai Future PreCure.
Oh. That doesn't count.
It doesn't count?
Doesn't count.
I actually did want to watch 2 episodes just so that I could have one that was like you either got it immediately or you never would have got it, but I just didn't have time.
Also, damn, bro, you watched Maho Tsukai without me, so now we're gonna have to...
Yeah.
Also, episode 1.
Congratulations, you got 500 points.
Just that I can take to the bank!
You can take to the bank.
In exchange for hard American currency.
Maybe some hard American hot dogs? I wanted to say hot dogs, and then I realized that if it was going to segue, it would involve the word hard, which is not a word you should use to describe hot dogs.
Cold, hard hot dogs. Nope. Don't care for that.
So every time we've discussed an episode during the Who's That PreCure segment, you have asked me how I liked it. I really, really, really liked Maho. I think it might be one of my favorite seasons. The sapphic overtones are right there. They've got the cool costume changes. There's not so many cures that you get lost in the crowd. The second half was a little weird with its generals. I did not like this episode very much. It was very like, hey, you know how we were friends back then? We were friends back then. I miss my friend. And like, yeah, I know. And I get it. Right? That's how you do a time skip series that's like 10 years in the future, however far it is in the future. But I just felt like there wasn't enough there for me to get excited.
Yeah, you gotta give it at least 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And then, when the life-changing twist happens at the end of episode 3, you can go, God, nobody warned me.
Yes, absolutely. One thing, the evil general I described, his name is going to be like Roger or something. He's the most normal-ass looking man
Is he just
I've
a man?
He's just a dude. He can
a
do
guy?
magic. But he's a guy.
So,
he's obsessed with this is my story. Like, chapter 1 ends and I'll see you in chapter 2. He has a dog that is possessed by Satan. Like, the way they draw this dog, there's no light in this dog's eyes. It's just staring dead ahead.
Oh. I was a noted Maho Tsukai hater compared to you. Like, I love them as a duo. I think that Mirai and Liko, those were their names, right?
Yeah.
I think they were wonderful, but the series just fell off for me by the end.
I think that my rose-colored glasses changed how I perceived it. I don't think that objectively it's the best season. I think Doki Doki is way up there for me.
You know the best season.
What's that?
Well, it's Go Princess, but the second best season is Heartcatch because it has Satan and Worm off the string. What will he do? What sins will he commit?
And Erika Kurumi.
And Erika Kurumi. Queen of Doritos.
I don't remember that, but okay. I always try to take screenshots of these shows that we watch so I can put at least one in the thumbnail for YouTube. And I'm going to show you some of the screenshots that I took.
She's got a Red Riding Hood with little kitty ears.
That's her in disguise hood. When she puts it on, she becomes invisible.
Amazing.
Liko's got a little
Look at
eyeglass.
All grown up.
She's a professor now.
Of course.
Mirai just grown up. That's the evil monster. The Zetsubo or whatever. It's a giant bear.
Zetsu Bear, if you will.
Yes.
Look at her little witch hat. Where's Ha?
Ha got transformed into, she's trapped in a bottle. But these two girls don't know that yet. She became like a galactic force.
Oh, that's right. She became PreCure Giant Lady.
Yes, and then Steve or Roger or whatever, he shows up and he opens the jar and she gets sucked in. She goes, how is this possible? And she reverts from Cosmic Giant Lady to how she looked near the end of the series. And I think this series is going to have a time is rewinding element. Cursed. Get the out of here.
Nice.
She apparently they have a new outfit and they explicitly call that out, but I looked at them side by side and my dumbass can't see the differences.
Bow is bigger.
The skirt is like, I think it was a half skirt before.
My god, look at her. That's not the same outfit as in the original.
Okay, this is Cure Witchy or whatever her name is.
With her bat hair.
Cure Magical? Cure Miraculous? Cure Miracle and Cure Magic. I don't know. But
Oh my god!
That's Steve and his weird I have no eyes dog.
You didn't tell me he was hot. Not the dog, the man.
This is what I wanted to show you, though. So as much, like, as kind of meh this episode was, there were parts during the fight that were awesome, where they kind of became more, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like in One Piece when Luffy punched that guy so hard it went back into the manga. They have a couple of shots during the fight where they do stuff like that.
Nice.
So, and then this, at the very end of the episode, there's a little baby girl who has the same eyes as Ha, and they go, is that Ha-chan? She looks like Ha-chan did the fusion dance with Lala.
That's who I thought that was
Yeah.
Lala.
So we're just gonna have to figure out what the mystery is of who this girl is. But yeah, my guess is that, like, she's Ha but not Ha, you know?
Absolutely.
So
I'm sorry I made the joke about...
I'm gonna edit it out, so it's fine.
Why would you... Nobody even knows what I'm talking about.
Our listeners know what you're talking about. Anyways, now we can get into the actual...
I just want to defend myself. I never said... That's... You're gonna bleep out. Anyways.
Am I gonna bleep it out? Nobody knows what you're talking about. So anyways, we have a lot to cover. As I said earlier, we watched episodes 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, and now it's time for everyone's second favorite segment, the Succinct Summaries. Episode 26, the You Idol girls decide to start their own fan club, and most importantly, we find out that Cuddy and Zacharin, or whatever his name is, Zach, they were actually fairies the whole time.
I screamed out loud, oh my god, Zach was a cat boy.
Absolutely. So, fan club. And then the next episode, they start a YouTube channel, a CureTube channel, I believe it's called. And also, our main girl, Uda, she gets a love letter. And she's like, I don't know what to do. But then that guy falls in love with Cure Idol instead, which is totally a different person. Not the same person at all.
Yeah.
Episode 28, we get a sad dead grandma episode. It actually
really was quite sad.
Yes. I don't mean to diminish it, but that's what it was about. It's visiting Grandpa's house. Grandma passed away. Uda's grandpa, by the way. And Q-chan, the dog, gets an inner monologue for this episode. And has just real-ass full-sentence thoughts.
It's just, it's so easy to cheat emotional depth when you involve an animal.
Yes. Yeah, well, and a dead relative, right? We don't really... I mean, we even got to see the grandma, so that's better than some shows. Some shows will just be like, I had a dad who died, but you never see the dad, and you're like... Okay, episode 29, Meroron is sat in the library. They all tell Meroron that they want to be her friend, and she goes, I don't want to be your friend because I am a tsundere. And then at the end of the episode, she says, I do want to be your friend, and she gets trapped in a frickin' grief seed.
Literally.
Yeah, it looks exactly like a grief seed. And then episode 30, Meroron faces her depression. She's trapped inside the seal. The magic cannot be broken. There's no way for the magic to be broken. It's impenetrable. They break it with a song immediately.
Oh, PreCure. I wish Brandon Sanderson would write a season of PreCure.
Okay.
Then this shit would have rules.
Then and it would be all science-based too. You'd be able to quantify the friendship levels. And then... the new general appears. He's the villain for this episode. We've got new bad guys. His name is Jogi. I assume it's a him. He's got eyeshadow, but, you know, when has PreCure ever shied away from giving men eyeshadow?
Oh no, he's hot.
Yeah, he's hot. And the new monster of the week are called Darkurandas. So that has been your Succinct Summary.
Wonderful Succinct Summary. As always, my love. Did you like these episodes?
I liked them quite a bit, yeah. I mostly liked them. So, I mentioned early on when they said, oh, Purin and Meroron gave up something. I'm going to play the tape. I'm going to find the clip. I'm going to put it right here. I said Meroron doesn't care about anything but Purin. So when it's you have to give up something, I was like, okay, how are they going to fit Purin in this? Or it's going to be something about her past.
But what did Meroron give up?
I mean, they play that off as a mystery, right? We find out later, we see someone saying, like, oh, you'll find out eventually what Meroron gave up. However, there's nothing we've seen them interact with that they would be unwilling to give up, except for Purin, but Purin's still there. So, like, maybe at the end of the series, it's going to be revealed that Meroron gave up her lifespan, and that she won't be able to be together with Purin because she's going to get turned into a rock or something. And then it turned out that it was Purin. It was basically, I'm going to give up my future with Purin.
I'm pretty sure you said that word for word, too.
Yes. And so, you know, I mean, I guess PreCure doesn't have to, like, subvert expectations, but when that happened, I was like, yeah, obviously, what do you mean?
And the idea is that up until this point, there was a chance in Meroron's mind that the other girls really would steal Purr-prise away forever, so her future with Purr-prise was uncertain. But as soon as they all were like, we want to be your friend, and Purr-prise was like, I want to stay with you forever, and Meroron was like, I love you, I want to be friends with everyone too, that's when the future solidified, and whoops, you can't have that, so into the grief seed you go.
It was waiting for the moment when their hope was the highest so they could be Zetsubode in the stomach and then fall the farthest.
Absolutely,
basically.
Yeah. Now that's entertainment. If you haven't seen Film Gold, it's the best One Piece movie. You don't have to know anything about One Piece to enjoy it.
There is a cross-dressing skeleton, which if you haven't seen One Piece might take you by surprise.
But you still don't have to know anything.
You don't have to know
enjoy it.
anything. No, absolutely.
Yeah. I also like these episodes. A lot of emotional depth here. The one thing that I wish is that we had a little more time to sit on, oh no, Meroron's in the grief seed. But, like, if we had, I probably would have been like, why did we drag this out when it was just the power of friendship that brought her out of it?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, if we had 2 episodes with her in the grief seed, also these episodes, maybe this was confirmed earlier, but in these episodes, they do use they, them pronouns for Purr-prise and Meroron, despite the fact that they also know that they turn into girls when they become humans and PreCures. I'm just going to stick with she, her for both of them, because clearly they're going to be girls when they grow up. According to this show's logic, that's the certificate they're going to be given.
Did you know you wanted to be a man when you grew up? Or did it take you by surprise when you transformed?
Yeah, when I was graduating from high school, they're like, congratulations, you're a man. I was like, okay, I guess I am. Sure, why not?
If you say so.
But anyways, so if Meroron had been in the grief seed for 2 episodes, I would have wanted the first episode to be they try something to break her out and it doesn't work. And then second episode is when they figure out the magic sauce. It's not just saying that they care about her, it's saying that they care about her in a specific way. It's all of them saying that they care about it. It's that she has to say it back. But because she's part of the group attack, she can't be gone for longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah, but new attack, right?
Yeah, we've got a new song/combo attack. By the way, that's why they weren't doing group transformations, because I guess apparently, technically, the 5 PreCure were not part of the same PreCure team. But now that they are, they have a 5-person attack, and it's called Kira Kurin for You. And the music is pretty good. Yeah. I'm not hearing it in my head right now. I can't recall a single thing about it.
All I'm hearing is Kimetsu no Yaiba. Shikametsu's on my Yaibas. I don't...
You are in a strange mood today. Must be a full moon.
I'm so sick. And I'm podcasting through the brain fog, but if it comes across as strange, it's going to come across.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got some miscellaneous notes over here.
Okay, hit me.
I frickin' called it. I said that the Q-Chan episode was gonna be him narrating, and he didn't narrate the whole episode, but I think I also explicitly compared it to Tanaka's episode, and Tanaka didn't narrate his whole episode, he just had moments where he kind of intercutted, so.
I like to call out moments when, like, a show gets us to actually scream out loud, and you did scream very loudly. I called it!
Absolutely. I'm just so excited that they gave him a human-ass voice. He has full sentences. He cares about Uda. It's so cute.
I love him. It was so cute.
I have a thought from you on here. You can't Zetsubo the dog! And that was terrible. That's the worst thing that PreCure's ever done. The most evil thing that an evil villain has ever done.
Awful. If somebody Zetsubo'd my dog, I would rip them apart with my bare hands. Like, Chokerine is lucky that she still draws breath. If that had been me, she would not be on this earth. She'd be in Kira land, or wherever they go when
She'd
they
be in the Kira after. Also, these episodes introduced a new, what I assume is an onomatopoeia. The last 2 times I've said the heck is a kyun, the heck is what's the other one, zukyun. I've been told that these are very average Japanese words that they use all the time in the lexicon. But these episodes have shabobobobon.
Shabobobon. No, I practiced this.
Shabobobon.
No, it's shobobobonbon.
Okay.
2 bows, 2 bonds.
And you know what? I guarantee, now that I've said that this is probably a Japanese onomatopoeia, I'm going to get fact-checked and told that it's nonsense. The one time that I assume that it's actually a thing, it won't be a thing. But this is Uda had a moment when she was a child, like a younger child than she is now, when she was really depressed. I think she argued with her friends or something, and she was feeling very shabobo bonbon. And Grandma was like, I have a thing that'll cheer you up. I think it was pudding, maybe?
And they shared the pudding.
They shared the pudding. But then another episode later, like not the grandma episode, but one of the other two, they mentioned that they're having a shabobo bonbon. Shobo.
Bobon.
Bonbon.
Bon. Yes. Shoboba bonbon.
Shabobo bonbon. What did you think of the fan club episode?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kyun is my girl, and I love to see her getting a moment to shine, so that was really cute. Other than that, nothing really stands out about it.
Except this is the episode where we discover that Cuddy and Zach are furries and have been this whole time.
They've been furries this whole time. And we were talking about how the Zachary banana vibes were odd.
Were a little strange.
They are now otter, now that I know he's a cat boy.
But he's not an otter himself.
No, he's a cat boy.
Right, I know.
I cannot emphasize enough that this pathetic-ass man is a cat boy. Because of course he is.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had a thought while we were watching the YouTube episode, the CureTube episode, and I'm pretty sure that the entire history, culture, and religion of Kira Land is being simps and #1 fans.
Yes.
That explains Meroron, that explains Meroron, and that explains Cutine and Zacharine. I just think that that's all the show is, and then it's going to turn out that the queen has a thing that she's really into, and it's probably going to be the evil band, the evil idol group that turned into Chokerine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the choice to make the bad guys fairies is an interesting one, and I wish we'd had a little more than the darkness took our memories.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so little agency in this show, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say that they have agency when they leave the evil, but yeah, like, we got this idea from Zacharine, that he hates himself. Like, his episode felt very much like kind of a symbolism for depression. So did Meroron in the Grief Seed, by the way. We'll get back to that. And then it turns out that maybe that wasn't there all along. I kind of wish that had already been his trait when he was a fairy. That's what caused him to turn to the dark side, because the dark side was like, I will feed off that energy. They odiumed it.
That was a trait.
That was?
Yeah, because he talks to Cuddy, and he's like, I was mean to somebody again.
That's right. He didn't know how to act. Okay. We need to record these immediately after we watch these episodes. That's what I'm learning. But, it's interesting that they ended up being fairies. I think I like that angle a little bit, but also I can see how it would be frustrating to you. Do you think this means that Chokerine is the woman? Do you think Chokerine is a fairy?
Definitely.
Okay.
And I think she's going to be f***ing adorable.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it.
Okay, but what about Jogi? Is he a fairy? The new one?
Hard to say, but probably.
Okay.
They all... Well, no, because Jogi is the idol.
Okay, he's the actual, like, Densetsu no evil idol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our main girl, she has a name.
Uda?
Uda! I'm so tired. Uda's crush idol. Jogi is his, like, darkness.
Oh, Kaito's dark...
it's his nobody.
Yes! Fist bump that will not be picked up on the mic. In this episode, the CureTube episode, Kiss says that she doesn't like people who are overly persistent in relation to... I actually don't know. I didn't write it down. Kiss, have you looked in the mirror? Have you seen how you act in any way, shape, or form?
You can dislike something while being guilty of it yourself.
I guess
She doesn't like herself.
That's true. We do find out that that's canon, that she doesn't like herself.
Which, like, what a mood.
Yeah. I hate cursing, you know?
Wait.
People shouldn't do it.
What a mood. I don't like her either.
We need to stop being mean to her. There are people out there. She has a whole one fan out there. Her name is Purin. Chokerine in the Meroron is sad at the library episode, Chokerine wasn't at the library looking for Kira.
What was she looking for?
She was looking for a book about how to get employees to stop quitting.
Has she checked her butthole? I'm sorry, I set you up for that one. Which is just amazing. Like, good on her for trying to improve and for using her local library to do it. Your local library is a hotbed of resources that you should tap into if you haven't.
Absolutely true. At the same time, she doesn't have any employees left. So I guess maybe she wants to figure out how to not get employees to leave before she hires the next set of employees.
Yeah, well, and Jogi comes to work for her in the next episode, so maybe she, like, anticipated Darkine sending her more people.
Okay, yeah. Darkine was like, in 3 days, someone will arrive. His eyeliner will be on point. But I also want to point out, I think technically you brought this up, but because she wasn't there looking for Kira, she Zetsubo'd whoever it was, the librarian I think it was, just for the love of the game. Like, she wasn't even sent out on a mission. She was like, you know what?
Yeah, you're happy to help me? You, actually.
I wrote down, I see you, PreCure team, trying to give Meroron humanizing qualities, like how she likes libraries. It's not going to work. I remember her crimes. And I still don't emotionally feel Meroron's journey. I empathize with her a little bit more, but she's probably still going to be my least favorite of these 5 characters.
I think it would have hit better if one of the 3 girls had yelled at her. If they were like, we're all always trying our best with you, and you're so mean to us anyway. What's wrong with you?
And then she blamed herself and was like, I hate myself.
And then she ran off to the library, and maybe Banana, because she's the nice one, maybe she followed Meroron and talked to her about friendship or whatever.
Yeah. I do.
And then the other 2 girls came, and the one who yelled at her apologized. I think that would hit much better than we're all nice and supportive right up until you decide to stop being so awful. And then we continue to be nice to you. Like, there was no reason for her to have a change of heart.
Yeah, I could see that. Meroron had no reason to have a change of heart.
Yeah.
I think it was Banana, like, reading with her, but at the same time, that seems like the sort of stuff that they'd already done. I see what you're saying.
Right, okay. Yeah, like, the girls have been being nice to them. I know that they made a point in this episode that they never explicitly said, will you be our friend? But, like, didn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. We also found out that she's like the harbinger of darkness in these episodes, which is way cooler than it has any right to be.
Yeah, before darkness is born into the world, one knowing darkness will be born. That's Kingdom Hearts.
That is
I think. I don't know much about Kingdom Hearts, but I'm guessing there's a door and it's also a moon.
But not like the first door. Absolutely.
I wonder if the mic will pick up Gigi scrunking behind you. She was like making her little like, huff.
Yeah.
What's her internal monologue like?
Squirrel, 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 squirrel. Okay, so I don't really have anything that we haven't touched on for this last episode, but let's describe the scene of her inside of the Curai lock. Would you like to take that?
Yes, so she's running. And she's like, oh no, I'm sad. And then Uda starts to sing her a song. And she's like, maybe I can come out. And then Darkine goes, no. And she smacks the Kira light out of Meroron's hand. And she's like, you only know darkness. Darkness and light don't mix. And then she turns into Meroron. And Meroron's like, who are you? And Meroron's like, I'm your darkness. And Meroron is like, my darkness? Oh no. And then she starts to drown. And then she's like, but I still have my friends. And she comes out of the grief seed.
Absolutely. The main thing that I latched onto that I found most interesting was the fact that she doesn't resent the other girls, she resents herself for basically being unwilling to reach out and take that hand, and that's depression, baby. So, like, in episode 29, I made a joke about how I'm not going to like you even if they try to humanize you. They did a better and more complex job of it than I thought.
Yes.
If they had just been like, she's mad that they're taking away Purrin, and they're like, we're not going to take away Purrin, and that solved it, I'd be like, why did you spend 15 episodes being such a jerk about it? But the fact that, like, she's had this deep-seated kind of emotion within herself, I like it. I do kind of wish that with Zach and with Meroron, I wish that they had glimpses of those behaviors earlier. Because it feels like when it's their episode, suddenly they put their flaws on display. And I feel like maybe like little hints of them earlier in the series might have
It's
helped.
the rarity effect, but reverse.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I think that's everything. Do you have anything else that you want to discuss from these episodes?
No, like I said, I felt many emotions watching, like, the grandma episode and the Meroron has depression scene. Like, I feel like this show hits a lot harder in the sads than some of the other PreCure seasons.
Some seasons just have the sauce. Like, if I don't know, I can't name a specific season, but if some seasons that we didn't like very much tried to do a really sad episode, we might just be like, meh, and that's just because there's something in the bones of different shows that allow for kind of different storytelling, if that makes any sense.
Man, do you remember Toa?
Yes.
She's so good.
Yeah, Toa and Kira in their relationship forever. So, looking ahead for our October episode, we'll be covering episodes 31, 32, 33, and 34. Here are the, what's it called?
Titles?
I was trying to think of, like, the localized titles. Who's the center of Idol PreCure? It's Uda, because
She's
Uda
pink.
she's the pink one. She was the first one to transform. She's got the biggest heart, so, yes. The next one's called Mero, Dreamy School Life.
So I guess they go to school.
I guess they take on their human forms. We've been talking about how much we want to see Meroron's human form more.
Her human form is so good.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a great job with her design.
That's what I wished I looked like when I was 12.
Yeah, I could see that. I personally did not want to look like either Purr or Meroron in their human forms, but that's gender for you,
Says
babe.
the one who didn't know he was a man until high school.
Look, the system works differently at my school than it did at yours. I wasn't against being a man. I just didn't have an identity. I was just a blob. The next one is called Dosuku, which, some other kind of sound effect or something. An idol debut? So here's my guess. Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yes.
I think that Shogi is going to go undercover as a new idol.
I would love that, actually. I think that they're going to debut as one group. Also, I don't know if you know this, but the center of a idol group is like an actual thing. It's like the face of the group.
I see. Okay. It's still Uda, though.
Yeah, so they're not just asking, like, who is the core of the group. They're asking, like, who is our public face. But yeah, it's Uda.
Okay. And then the great detective Hammerin follow that mysterious menu. Menu? Hammerin? Okay, so apparently the squirrel mascot is also a fairy. That's what I'm getting from this.
Squirrel mascot.
We've seen him a couple of times. It's Banana's favorite.
Yeah.
Mascot.
Is his name Hammerin?
It's something similar. It's like Hanamichi or something, and I just think that maybe they're related.
I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Wait. Episode 34, The Great Detective Hammerin, follow that mysterious menu. This looks like a good spot to find some ingredients.
Amazing. And that has been your doot final thought.
Outro goes here.
Thanks for listening, everyone, and don't forget to sing your song. You may pull a friend out of their grief seed. Don't forget to stay.
We are doing an outro now. Do. What?
Kira la la.
Kira la la.
It doesn't come out as well when you're speaking in English.
No. All right, everyone. Have
Bye.
a good night. In an AU, the ghost of Uda's grandma would have appeared behind her so they could perform a granddaughter-grandma idol fist touch. I know I just made that joke, but it's a 2-nickel situation.